The number one reason you should sell all of your stocks in 2023, according to this tweet, is bank failures. Now, over the next 2 weeks, banks are going to report earnings. Some days, about 70 different banks posting earnings, and as little as 17 banks posting earnings. But on top of that, the collapse in treasury bonds now ranks among the worst market crashes in history. So there is a negative sentiment on the banks. The bank contagion, the bank crisis is not over, but now this, how much more FUD can we get? What is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. I really need you guys to watch this video all the way until the end, because there is major correlation with S&P 500, with AMC, and on top of that, I have about 8 to 10 different stocks that you guys must keep your eye on going forward. Without further ado, please hit the like button if you find value or just enjoy watching the video. Hit that subscribe button, get us to 17,000 subscribers. We are so close. Let's get into it. So there is so much fear in the market. In fact, the fear index is almost at an all-time high currently as we speak, which is the opposite of greed. Now, you know the saying, buy when people are fearful, sell when people are greedy. This is how the rich get richer. And in fact, this is how the rich get richer. Putting out a positive catalyst and then tanking the entire market so that the institutions can get out on the top after retail buys in and then get in at the bottom after retail sells off. And this is what's happening, and this is how you guys are going to lose your money, in my opinion. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but let me tell you guys what I'm doing and how this correlates over to AMC. Now, the big news for AMC is that we have had green day after green day after green day, and we're trading at $10.42, which is actually just above $1 pre-reverse split. However, I have created videos in the past correlating AMC to the S&P 500, and once this pressure is built up on the S&P 500, AMC has this massive opportunity to create an absurd amount of momentum, like what happened in January and what happened in June of 2021. All it does is lag a little bit behind the SPY crushing it. And this is what I see going forward, and not a lot of people are seeing this, and they're getting tunnel visioned by the negative media sentiment that is being pushed out to us. So my basic outlook is that the September and October cycles that we have drawn out here, and here, where we're trading at right now, has ended or is nearing an end. And right when it's done, the SPY starts to rally very, very hard. Now, if I remove the drawings, this is what the S&P 500 looks like. It's at a key resistance level as we speak. And even if it comes down again, I'm still buying more, because that is no guarantee. Overall, taking a look at the SPY, even if we get a negative catalyst this week or next week, I am buying more, because I think we potentially have reached the bottom or gotten close. With that being said, even if we sell off even further, I think the SPY is going to bounce even harder and bring AMC with it to potentially squeeze. Now, this is GameStop pre-2021 all-time high compared to the monthly RSI that we're trading at right now. On top of that, CoinDex now predicts AMC to soar a whopping 500% by 2024, and we all know that the media loves to be right. Now, 500% isn't something that we're looking for. That wouldn't bring the stock back to all-time highs, but it's definitely something to note that they're pushing out articles giving price targets of 500% above the current value, and whales last night were slapping the ask on AMC very, very hard. 12.75k shares, 5,000 shares, 3,000 shares, so on and so forth. And then after hours, a 600,000 share buy at $10.42, which is over $6 million worth of AMC, which is a major whale coming in and purchasing a ton of shares on AMC. This is just to prep you that AMC could be at that level where the S&P 500 is already predicted to rally by these big guys, by Wall Street, by these institutions, and AMC is going to lag behind, and you may miss it by selling off certain tickers. Now, I know many of you guys won't sell your AMC, but this is just for other stocks as well. And on top of that, a fund decided to file their purchase of 20k shares of AMC today, 2 years after the shares were purchased in Q4 of 2021 at a $33.59 cost average. So a fund buys these shares at $33. It comes all the way down 2 years later, and they buy up another 20k shares. Now, the reason they probably purchased these shares was for a squeeze, and now maybe they have confirmed that the squeeze is coming. However, let's look on the flip side and say I'm wrong. Don't double down on AMC stock ahead of Taylor Swift's film debut. Let's say Investor Place's articles are correct just for a second and look at the bearish case scenario. I want you to pay very, very close attention where AMC has gotten rejected off of yesterday. We got a touch point here on support on AMC right around May 12th of 2022, and then a few here in December of 2022. And if we drag that trend line down, you can see this is exactly where AMC got rejected, not once on August 31st, 2023, but twice on September 5th of 2023, and we're testing it once again October 11th, 2023. Just needed to point this out to you guys in case I am wrong. We are at resistance on AMC, at least temporarily, and the volume is slightly fading away. Again, the overall market is going to affect this, and I think the macro perspective is a buy signal across the board. Now, before I give you guys the stocks that I'm looking at, the stocks that I want you to take a look at that I am purchasing personally, I just want to give you your free ones with Mumu. If you guys press my link in the top of the description and pin in the top of comments, sign up and make it a positive, even $1, you are going to start earning benefits from there, all the way up to 16 free stocks, each valued up to a couple grand per stock, a guaranteed Tesla or Google stock, and $50 sent to your account to trade with zero stipulations. So use my link, sign up for Mumu, and deposit any amount to start earning benefits from there. Also guys, hop in the Discord, the link is right under the video. A lot of new members are joining. It's the place to be whether you're a beginner or advanced trader. I'm in there on the daily if you want to talk with me as well. Bitcoin trading at 26,000. Again, these September-October cycles show a massive rally following them as soon as they are finished or coming slightly after, depending on how long it lasts. With that being said, bearish case scenario, again, temporarily worst case scenario in my eyes is Bitcoin coming down to 22,000. So there's a bearish case scenario on the SPY, AMC, Bitcoin, and of course the rest of these tickers. However, stepping back, looking at the macro, even if this bearish case scenario plays out, it's a better opportunity to purchase than sell. So Bitcoin is one of them. Ticker symbol RIOT, Riot, the blockchain mining company for Bitcoin, is in this falling wedge, and I expect a breakout very, very soon following Bitcoin's breakout, because I don't think this will last long. If this retracement continues, the very end of this wedge is about $6.60 before I see a breakout. Does it have to come down to there? No, not necessarily. And a lot of stocks are playing out the same exact pattern. Mara, ticker symbol MARA, is another one. The end of this channel is right around 520 to 550 before potentially breaking out even higher. This descending channel is a nice thing to see for Mara. Once Bitcoin decides it wants to break out and get moving along with the S&P 500, these stocks are going to pay off pretty well in my opinion. Now, one we all know about, Open, that we've talked about in Discord, ticker symbol OPEN, playing out sort of the same pattern as Mara and Riot, holding support at this level. Worst case scenario coming down to $1.30 before breaking out even higher. Once it breaks out, I'm watching $4.19. Fubo, one I particularly hold currently as we speak, $2.54, has not broken down out of this wedge, has held strong over several different tickers across the board, and it should have sold off, but it's just too strong of a company to get this break below this wedge, at least for now. Again, I could be wrong. I'm watching for a breakout, and I'm playing this for the long term on Fubo. And one that we've invested in and we've talked about on the channel, ticker symbol TMF. It's finally getting its bounce, and it's finally getting its break higher. Once this thing squeezes, a lot of us are going to be making money on TMF and being able to be putting it over to AMC or these other tickers that I just touched on. So keep an eye on TMF. Was up 6% yesterday as well. And TUP may be having another short squeeze, up 55%, trading a decent amount of volume, right around 50 million volume, and this thing looks good. It's hitting resistance, so be very, very careful. But if the volume picks up, if the gamma picks up, this thing could really make another move higher. With that being said, take a look at all of these short squeeze plays, because when the SPY goes up and they get that signal, right, the big players get that signal, these stocks are going to squeeze probably right before. And then the last one to keep an eye on is SoFi. This is a cycle that we have drawn out, and as you guys can see, with the cycle that we have drawn out, by late November, right around Thanksgiving time, I expect the SoFi to scale a bit higher than where it's trading at right now. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. If you usually watch my channel, we have a lot more AMC stuff to cover, but I think this was a major update that needed to be pushed out to you guys, especially before the weekend comes, so you can take today and tomorrow to purchase your favorite stocks. Again, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I am buying more, and I am calling the bluff on the Fed. I'm calling the bluff on the hedge funds. This is what they do. They spread FUD, they get you to sell, and they buy at the bottom, and then they spread fake good news and they sell at the top. Once the SPY enters another market cycle, you're going to be sorry that you didn't purchase your favorite short squeeze plays or the S&P 500 in general. Check the links down below, hit the like button on your way out. I love you all. Lottery Socks out.